sunshine. The tears and empress about to begin. Giving love to all the ancestors that's tuning in. Here comes the tears with some more offering. To the all that talk, Jennifer, Chickasaw, talk, Washington, Blackfoot, Abenaki, Seminole, Skokie, you know we the whole biggest OG. Coming to restore the crown of the all that talk, Jennifer, Chickasaw, talk, Washington, Blackfoot, Abenaki, Seminole, Skokie, you know we the whole biggest OG. Coming to restore the crown of the whole. Moving to like an eagle, I'm like a stinging bee. Ancestors is right in front of me. I'm more than a dynasty, live inside me. Got a six worth. This is why natural style. Rain dancer under the moon, through the pearly gates. Escape from Spain to Panama. We still ahead of y'all. Racing, slow pacing to the top of the dome. We stand tall, y'all. Lazy to walk up. Slide back, for all the more talking shit. Never stop. A little petite, but never retreat. 10K is dog on tall, y'all. Chopper riding, we awake, verity screaming. DT beaming, blood chop, lightsaber walker, wolf talker. Never stop. Oh man, Shinnecock, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Washington, Blackfoot, Abenaki, Seminole, Skokie, you know me, the whole thing is OG. Let's do the story, crown of the home man. Choctaw, Shinnecock, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Washington, Blackfoot, Abenaki, Seminole, Skokie, you know me, the whole thing is OG. Coming to restore the crown of the home. Shop in the entire city block, big Buffalo people coming back direct shot. Pop about it, pop, can't stop the rebirth from raw. Indigenous rock with the native chant, ice war dance, had a one who glanced at the second war dance, keep 7th as an album, the more cola powers, make all these 14th Amendment rappers throw in the top square, compass and travel, these bases taking oaths, disrespecting ancestors, selling their souls to ghosts, raise my glass, make a toast to aboriginal folks, traveling through the cosmos, that's most, meaning that's on top, a wounded knee, bandage up, black hawk, what's up, Geronimo skull, we taking it back from the tomb of bones, when we coming in the room, and we tune like all that, talk, Shinnecock, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Washington, Blackfoot, Abenaki, Seminole, Skokie, you know me, the whole thing is OG, coming to restore the crown of the home man, talk, Shinnecock, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Washington, Blackfoot, Abenaki, Seminole, Skokie, you know me, the whole thing is OG, coming to restore the crown of the home. The heavens let the sunshine in, the tears and empress, about to begin, giving love to all the ancestors that's tuning in. Here comes the tears with some more offering.
Peace. You know, the sounds of Thompson's one, aka Ahanu. And shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the Aborigines, North America, South America, Central, and the conjoining islands. All right. Just felt like I was supposed to do a bill last night. I didn't have time to do it, so just going to make good on what I said I was going to do as far as the bill on the Southeast, Northeast cultures, um, Southeast, Northeast Aborigine cultures, and we're going to get through this. All right. So let's start. Let's see what we got. Shout out to everybody in the chat. And Laney emailed me so I could sing. I don't know. Maybe you emailed me. I ain't checked my emails, but if you didn't, just put it in the chat. If you did, just email me so I can send it out to you. All right. So let me start. We're gonna start here. All right. All right. Just to give you an overview of like some of the coaches. I know a lot of people like. I don't know whether or not y'all think this is relevant or whether or not this is something that's important. You know, knowing your culture, knowing the culture, ancestors practice prior to being colonized or prior to the cultural assimilation that we've been forced upon is key. need to know. We wasn't wearing Jordans and fitted hats and the different things that we wear these days that supply to us. So I like to always touch back. Like I said, always connect yourself to whatever tribe you want to connect yourself to. You have a right to self-identify. If your moms, your grandmoms, or most people in your family, if you have colored on your birth certificate, then you already know you are Aborigine. Okay, and like I said, and if my thing is this, right? If they don't want to honor it, make them honor it. File a lawsuit on them, okay? Because we can show them that they classify people who were claiming that they was Indians as Negroes and colored. That's easy, okay? And you could have got swept up, which they did it in all these different states in which where you was at. So if your family was in any of them states that they did to, that they basically put colored or Negro on your birth certificate, then you could definitely file a lawsuit and get them to honor you and say that because you and cultural, they culturally robbed us of being so-called Aborigines. All right. So you definitely have a big claim in the courts or whatever if they don't allow you, because most of the time what a lot of people ain't telling you is that even if you do find out what areas you was in, you still got to prove that you part of the tribes. And they still made it hard for you to find that out. You know what I'm saying? Got no documentation or no clear people in your family that's basically saying that you was that. It's going to be kind of tough. But what you got is the fact that they had Indian slaves, the fact that they made you culturally assimilate into this European society, and the fact that they was people who was Indians was being classified as Negro color. So always keep that in mind. All right. So with that being said, show you a couple different things. It's going to be a heavyweight build. Like I said, definitely Culture Freedom is on its way. Got a couple interviews over next couple weeks. And start having some of this information. I'm gonna put together a trailer so you guys will see what I'm working with, see how how it's coming together. If you like to donate, the link is in the description. If you like to cop yourself some Aborigine wear, as far as something like a t-shirt or something, just to represent yourself in the places where you be going, definitely the link is in the description. If you like to reach out to me, my email is also in the description. All right. So with that being said, let's get this done. All right. So American Indian Society in the Southeast corridor, it said North America experienced a dramatic change in the period from 1754 to 1829, as they had in the years before. At the beginning of the era, they were still attempting to adjust to the consequences wrought by the European exploration. The settlement of these regions is the most significant factor in the transformation of the Native American Southeast has been the decimation of the population. Not saying by disease, which we know that's not true. It's a brought to the New World by Europeans. Demographic generally agreed that population declined by at least 90% after 1500s. This depopulation wreaked havoc on the social and political structure of the Southeast. Now, remember, when they say it wreaked havoc, remember they got you to classify yourself as black, and they was enslaving you and they was shipping you out. So that's how it was really decimated. All right, don't believe that that they killed all these people. They want you to believe that they killed all these people off, and at the same time brought Africans here who came on a ship where they up together, people was urinating, defecating. That would already weaken their immune system, not less to get here. And then you got other European disease that would have killed them. That would ain't no. You have to be a Superman to be able to go through that and still make it, and then get here and be able to work. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if it was under the conditions that you see now, if they would have went over there and got them and put them on a damn yacht, and brought them over here and had these people sitting in seats and everything and feeding them real nutritional meals, then yeah, maybe you might have survived and you might have been able to come over here and go straight to work. But that wasn't the condition. They show you in these fake drawings and these fake diagrams that they have of these so-called slave ships where people is laying next to each other. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something, and this is for people who's gonna come, who's not one of the usual subscribers or the usual people who come through and check the videos out. Okay, you cannot lay in no piss. No, I mean, I'm sorry. You cannot lay in no urine, defecation. If you got people menstrual cycles, people, defecating, throwing up, all types of bodily fluids is coming out of people, and people are just laying there. You understand what I'm saying? And then, and even if they did, even if they did clean the bottom of the ships, what would they clean with? Lysol, bleach, ammonia? Come on now. That bacteria is still going to be soaking into that wood. So therefore, that will weaken your immune system by a lot. All right. So don't be naive. All right. So it's a dozen of tribes, and it's a dozen of tribes, including the great Mississippians, chieftain dominating the Southeast before 1500, has fallen into ruins and disappeared. In most cases, only remnants to integrate into the sustainable society. By the middle of the 18th century, only a few prominent tribes, the Cherokee, the Choctaw, the Chickasaw, the Creek, and the Catawbas, and a few smaller groups emerged from the process of the dissemination of the amalgamation. Okay, y'all know what amalgamation is. Amalgamation is the mixture. Okay, amalgamation means the mix. Okay, it's a even largest. The Cherokee probably numbered no more than 20,000 individuals at the middle of the 18th century, because the other fucking, I mean, excuse my language, a couple of million was already classified as so-called Negroes. All right, so let me get this down. Let me see something. I'm still with this for some reason. This website be moving very slow. So let me just reload it. I'm still with y'all. Friday night. Actually, today is my birthday. So, bringing a bill to y'all just because, what I'm saying, I don't drink. I really don't party like that, So for the most part, this is this is what I like to do. This is like, my hobby now, bringing the information to you guys. So, all right, just give me a second, man, because this is like, it's running kind of slow. All right. I can start cultural change, economic relations with settlers. The European ancestry had already transformed Southeast Indians substance and social pattern. Although the native people were already quite experienced in dealing with multicultural world of desperate tribes in English, Scotch, Irish, French, and the Spanish colonists who intruded into their territories, brought with them new languages, cultural practices, and material goods. By the middle of the 18th century, the Indians in the Southeast had many of the items offered by the continents, including firearms, gunpowder, metal tools, and implemented in cotton, wool, and glass. Southeast men hunted deer, mammals, and offered up the skin to pay all had occurred from the purchase of trade goods. Now you see that? Now you ain't need none of the stuff they had. But because you was in debt to them, so now that's how a lot of these people got rich, by bringing you goods and offering European advancements. And then most of our ancestors bit to it. So you know that's definitely food for thought right there. I don't know what damn shit is today. Yeah, it's giving me a hassle. Let me see something. All right. Uh, I got a little light cold too, so if you hear me sniffing, please forgive me. So trade goods. All right, here we go. So trade goods made much of the day-to-day life easier and more productive. At the same time, however, by the 18th century, all the Southeast societies had fallen into a state of dependency. See, it say by the late 18th century, all Southeast societies had fallen into a state of dependency. Now remember, a lot of people basically were selling you out. The ones that wasn't slaves, a lot of the tribes that they're allowed to keep up their culture related with the Europeans, and in the most part they become reliant upon the Europeans, okay? Because if they enslaved all these people, they enslaved more people than they let people keep their culture. And most of the people who kept their culture, they mixed in with them with the Europeans mixed in. That's so-called Indians looking the way they look today. Okay. So it say like I said, it said all of it had fallen into a state of dependency upon European suppliers. Native Americans rely on the new technology. See, look, rely on the new technology just like we do now. It say over their old way of doing things. And at times the colonies were able to was able to force the tribes to accede to their wishes by threatening with whole trade goods. See, that's the same shit they do now. Colonial settlers continue to intrude westward to the tribal territories, and when Indian consumers amalgamated large debt merchant, colonial authorities sometimes forced them to surrender land to retire the balance. Okay, over hunting, which resulted from the need to pay trade debts and purchase more goods, including alcohol, which became a social problem in many communities, depleted the deer population, and deranged the ritual relationship that the traditionally existed between the hunter and prey. See? They came here and bleed it. And that's the thing. You know, you bring all these people here to the Americas, and like, you know, what are these people supposed to eat? You know, and and that's the same thing even today when you're dealing with, you know, like this immigration thing going on. You bring people here, let people get on social benefits that don't deserve, that don't even really need, that shouldn't even be here to get, you know what I'm saying? Because understand, person come here, let's say a person jump the border and they want whatever they call them, asylum or whatever, they apply for asylum, right? Now, where you think that who you think tax money that's coming out of? Now we shouldn't be paying taxes anyway, but who do you think gonna pay for that? So a person gets just come here, and then if they can't afford, if they can't get a job at first, so now they just automatically get on welfare. You see how that shit works? That's why this shit is wrong, because for years these people set up programs like what's that shit called? Excuse my name. What is that called? Um the abortion clinics and all that. All that was set up because Rockefellers did not want to pay for black women's children. If you Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Planned Parenthood was basically set up because they did not want to pay for welfare for you, so they set up a lot of these places, and they was that's what they did. What's the lady named, the activist in Mississippi? Oh, I can't think of her name, man. The one that got beat. Um, I can't think of her name, but it's gonna come. It's gonna come to me though. But yo, they did the same thing to her. So they were sterilizing a lot of black women because they did not want to pay. They did not want to pay for none of these. They did not want to give you welfare or any of the things. But they bring all these people here and give them welfare. Like who is? It's not our responsibility to be taking care of nobody. Bad enough people here living off your land and you ain't getting no compensation for it. All right. So despite these challenges, the Southeast tribes demonstrated an extraordinary ability to survive, adjust, and adapt to as the British, France, and the Spain, and later the United States. Remember, the United States is the British, all right? So don't fuck that later the United States. The United States is the British. It's a vie for control of and geopolitically rivals enabled the Southeast Indians to play an imperial power and colonies off. No, I'm sorry, to play the imperial powers and the colonies off against one another for their own political and economical interests. The Choctaw Creek, for example, played the French and Spanish and the English against one another to obtain gifts for better trade, goods, and cheaper prices. In the 1780s, the Creek under Alexander McGallivray leadership forced the United States and Spain to compete for their trade, friendship, and military support. At the same time, Southeast communities were often divided by the differences in European power during the French and Indian War, 1754, 1760. Both British and French authorities tried to recruit Southeast warriors to their side. They exacerbated existing fraction strife. Some of the Creeks, Chickasaw, and Cherokee fought with the French. Other warriors among them allied or offered aid to the British. 1758, hostility broke out between the Cherokee and the English in the Western Virginia on three occasions. 1760, 1761, British Army supported the colonial militias, and the Chickasaw and the Catawba warriors invaded the Cherokee Nation and burnt the towns and crops. Perhaps as many as 50% of the Cherokees perished from war, disease, and starvation during this conflict. In terms of peace, the British required the Cherokee to surrender a large part of the Eastern Territory. Now, remember, when they tell you that these people died of so-called disease and stuff, no, a lot of stuff is dealing with that they basically perish as a result of being enslaved by the other so-called tribes. All right. So the Treaty of Paris, 1763, that ended the war, required France to surrender its territory east of the Mississippi. Now look, see this? Look, it says the Treaty of Paris, 1763, that ended the war, required France to surrender its territory east of the Mississippi River. Although King George III attempted to pin the colony east of the Appalachians with the proclamation of 1763, it was impossible to keep white squatters and speculators out of the Indian country. Settlers intrusion continue and exacerbate the Southeast tribes until they was forced to relocate beyond the Mississippi. In 1830, neither the British nor the U.S. government could stem the tide of westward settlements. When the American Revolution broke out in 1775, representatives from Britain and the rebelling colonies tried to form alliances with the tribes of the Southeast, the Cherokee and groups of Chickasaw, Creeks, and Choctaw fought on the side of the British during the war. The Catawba surrendered by colonists in the Carolinas, fought with the Americans. The Cherokee suffered another devastating defeat in 1776 with the militia from the southern colonies invaded their territory. The Southeast tribes paid for their British sympathies. The southern states seized tracts of land from the Cherokees and the Creeks during the war as a penalty for supporting the British. Now, look, you see that? Now, they took land from them. They took their own land from them because they fought with somebody else. You see that shit? You see this? I mean, but we already know most of the stuff though. But like I said, man, it's gonna be hard for people to really connect themselves to tribes. All right, it's gonna be next to impossible if you ain't got no family that's directly connected to these tribes or whatever. It's gonna be next to impossible. And I'm not trying to tell you that to deter you, but guess what? What you got in your favor? The fact that you got colored on your birth certificate. Make sure you keep them old birth certificates, your grandmother's that's in the Bibles and all the other stuff that you got. Make sure you keep all that stuff, man, because that's the stuff you're gonna need to pretty much prove what your family was. Because now they took Negro off the birth certificate, but what you do got in favor, you go back and look. You can go back and look at the damn record that they was classifying people who were calling themselves to be so-called Aborigines, Negroes, and colors. And like I said, they did it in 14 different states. In 14 different states. What you think? It was just 1,000 people that they did it to? Or 300 people here, 100 people? No, they did that to a whole populations of people. Okay? So keep that in mind. All right. So let me see something. Where was I at? All right. So I ain't gonna read this because I'm already to touch on Dragon Canoe. So I'm gonna go into right here, the civilization right here. All right. So during the presidential administration of George Washington, the United States began adapting legislations and using treaties such as the Treaty of New York with the Creeks to implement the civilization program for the Native American population. The federal government wanted Indians to adapt the Anglo-American cultural habits. See? And say become farmers on their own individual plot and assimilate into American society. Now listen to this. Listen to this. This is key right here, right? Let's read this again, all right? The federal government wanted Indians to adapt to Anglo-American cultural habits. Now it's 1790, okay? So now when we pull up the 1790 census, what do you think we're going to see on there? Because in these areas you don't see, if so in 1790, if they telling you that they wanted you to basically adapt European cultures, then what you think they was allowing you to be Indians? Because we don't see no Indians on it. And at that point in time, 1790, we already took a lot of land from people, so you should see some Indians on the census, but you don't because they classified as black. Hold on for 1 second. Let me get some tissue, y'all. My nose suffering. Hold up. All right, y'all, I'm back. Let me see something real quick before I go further. See how many people we got in here. Okay, we got 90 people. Let me make sure in the chat. Excuse me. You know what? Actually, let me run this real quick. Let me keep this running. All right. Peace, everybody in the chat room. If you can, hit the like button and let's keep it moving, all right? All right, hold up. All right, let's go back over here. And let me close this out. Close this one out too. All right, so where was we at? All right, so we read this. All right, so one more time. So the federal government wanted Indians to adapt Anglo-American cultural habits, become farmers on their own individual plots. Okay, so a lot of people who was working, when they show you pictures of these farmers picking cotton, them was their own lands in some cases. Okay, in some cases, them was their own land. And then remember, time, if you adapted European culture, they did not make you move. They did not make you go on the Trail of Tears. They allowed you to stay there. All right, so keep that in mind. Okay, so it's a become farmers on their own individual plots and assimilate into American society. This would free up Indian hunting grounds. According to this plan, enable the United States to acquire and transfer them to Americans. The federal government provided the Indians with farm implements and spinning wheels, appointed federal agents to instruct each tribe. It's the establishment model farm to demonstrate how to live as American yeomen. They say the tribe were also encouraged to a cultural agent by a small class of political leaders and economical entrepreneurs who were the descendants of Indian women and the English, the Scotch, and the Irish and French traders. These men held clan and tribal membership through their mothers. See, look, these men had clan and tribal membership through their mothers, spoke English and their Indian language, and moved adroitly into the white and Native American world. Some established farms and plantations, growing cotton and other staple crops. Acquired no, look, it said acquire African slaves, but we know that they wasn't African slaves, man. They was Indian slaves and integrated themselves into American market economy. The more successful of the uh, 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 of the class, such as John Ross, 1790 and 1868. Colbert, we talked about him yesterday, 1759 and 1834. A Chickasaw and a Greenwood LaFleur, 1865. A Choctaw it say into a tavern and ferry operations, built fine homes, expensive furniture. It say sent their children to school in New England and secure high office in tribal government. See, this is how we got fucked over. You hear this shit? I mean, like I said, a lot of this stuff is evident. We already pretty much touched on a lot of this stuff before, prior to this, but this is just to give you a greater understanding of pretty much what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Because this stuff has to be told, man. We have to know this, man. For you to go forward, okay. I mean, we gotta know this, okay? We have to really know this. All right. So Glad everybody come out on a Friday to come check this out. Um, Hey, man, let's continue. All right. So many Southeast Indians did not want to make the transformation required by civilization program. Women did not want to abandon their place in the field. Men did not want to perform the agriculture work by their traditional had defined femininity. The civilization program created friction. I mean, friction between those who did and did not want to change. See, it was people who wanted to change, people who not want to change. Just like right now, say, and the pressure, ag- a, a, a culturate provoked narrativist revolts among some of the tribe. Now, see, revolts, okay? Now, revolts. Now, we see a lot of revolts going on around that time, but they're slave revolt. Now, this is another side of what's going on, too. Okay, this is another side. This is giving you another pretty much perspective of what we was being told. Maybe a lot of people wasn't slaves, okay, like we was being told. Maybe there were people who weren't slaves, because a lot of people say, oh, my family was never slaves, but you damn near was a damn slave. They got you working on your own land. You wasn't free. You wasn't free. You was not free, because we already know what these motherfuckers came here for. They came here for the land. You know, so unless you had a bigger gun than theirs, that was the only way that you really was going to be allowed to keep your land. Other than that, they was trying to take it from you. Regardless of you can call us, you can be the toughest motherfucker there is. You understand what I'm saying? They was trying to take it from you. So I ain't talking like, oh, trying to say, oh, our ancestors are punks or nothing, but no. In most cases, it was your own people working with them. Okay? In 1811, a number of Red Stick warriors from the Upper Creek town responded to the call of Tucson and his brother, the prophet Tensawatawa, for a pan-Indian rebellion against the United States. Civil war broke out between the Reds to eliminate the influence of the Anglo-American culture, and other Creeks who sought peaceful the United States. In 1813, the rebellion drew the United States when the Red Stick Massacre 100 of Americans at Fort Mims. Okay, it's a northeast of Mobile in what became Southwood, Alabama. Andrew Jackson organized an army comprising military forces and Choctaw, Chickasaw, Cherokee economy. Now remember, check this out. Around that time when they were trying to send people to fucking Africa, y'all. This was all around that time. When you start hearing about Fort Mill, that's dealing when we start to get close to Francis Scott Keys, when he made the song, the Star Spangled Banner. We starting to get close to that time, okay? Now, you see Andrew Jackson is involved, okay? Now, this is the reason why they was trying to send a lot of people to Africa, why they came up with the American Colonization Society at this point of time. All right. And like I said, you have to really go back, because we done been all over the place with this. So most of the time when I read some of these articles, I get a greater perspective, because I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So this is the reason why they was trying to send a lot of us to Africa. Okay, because and these remember they were saying that they was free Indians. They were saying that they wanted to send a lot of them over because a lot of them was causing friction among the other people, among the other Indians that was not hostile. So remember that. Keep that in mind. All right. Keep that in mind when you see the American Colonization Society. All right. All right. So Andrew Jackson organized army comprising military militia forces and Creek, Choctaw, Cherokee, and accommodationist Creek warriors, and marched into Creek territory. Now, look, Andrew Jackson had Choctaw, Chickasaw, Cherokee, common Creek warriors, and marched into Creek territory on March 27th, 1814. Jackson annihilated the Red Stick at Horseshoe Bend. in what was later Eastern Alabama. After the battle, Jackson forced the Creek to cede 22 million acres of their territory to the United States under the treaty of Fort Jackson. Okay. Still talking about some of these treaties from the video I made yesterday. It say August 1814, many of the surviving Red Sticks fled into Florida and assimilated. Look, we got it right here. Look, now check this shit out, yo. Listen to this, right? They're telling you, right? They're telling you. Now check this out. What they're going to try to do is this, right? Now, if we didn't know no better, somebody would say, "Oh, there was Africans that went into Florida." No, there was already black Indians that went into Florida. They're telling you where's the Africans at? Where's the Africans at? Where's the Africans? Let me read that again. Many of the surviving Red Sticks. You know what? Let me just take that down real quick, because we further research on these Red Sticks. All right, we're gonna do some further research on them. All right. Check this shit out. I mean, like I said, sometimes you reading this and get real good with understanding what happened to our people. Okay. Now, all right. So it say many of the surviving Red Sticks fled into Florida to assimilate with the Cherokee, the Seminoles. Now, okay, so what point in time did the Africans assimilate with the Seminoles? The Africans was already there, right? Fuck out of here. These Red Stick Indians are people. See what they doing is they playing on our they playing fucking they playing with our mind. Because one minute they tell you, "Oh, these was Indian," and then the next minute, "Oh no, they was African," and they're gonna keep on playing us back for, "Oh, African Indians, African Indian," and then before you know it, you think that the Seminoles was mixed, or you believe that they Africans fled. They telling you these are Red Sticks that fled into Florida and assimilated with the Seminoles, who were an amalgamation of the remnants of Florida tribes that had been disseminated by war and disease during the colonial era. 1817, Jackson led another army into the Spanish to punish the Seminoles and say who had been attacking American settlements on the Georgia border. Now check this out. They say, and providing refuge for runaway slaves. See, runaway Indian slaves, not runaway African slaves. Runaway Indian slaves, okay? In 1819, the United States acquired Florida from Spain. And in 1823, it forced the defeated Seminoles to surrender their territory in northern Florida and move further south into the area of the interior of the peninsula. All right. So, all right. So let's go into some more of this because it's getting good. All right. Now, the civilization program did not produce the land cession, say, and political assimilation that its prominent had anticipated. After the War of 1812, Jackson and many political leaders began urging the federal government to relocate these tribes across the Mississippi and open up all the Southeast to American settlers. See, there you have it. I'm showing you some maps. All right, now this is just one. I got a bunch of other stuff I really gotta go over. All right, we're gonna get through all this tonight. All right, so check that out. You understand that? One more time. It said the federal government to relocate the tribes across the Mississippi River and open up all the Southeast to the American settlements. Now, check this out. At this point in time, you had plenty of so-called Aborigines who said, look, man, assimilated into this culture. You know, they out there fighting or whatever. Now, no ancestors that fought got shipped to them to what's the name? They was the ones that was forced off. Those of us who assimilated are the ones that stayed in the South, or the ones that stayed in the Carolinas and the Georgias and the Alabama, because at that point in time it was kind of too late. It was kind of too late. And a lot of people seen what they was doing to our ancestors. A lot of people decided not to even be involved in it. All right, and that's the reason why a lot of these people won't recognize us as Indians, because a lot of our ancestors, some of them gave up their right to be Indians. Okay, so see, this is what people not telling you neither. A lot of people not telling you that neither. A lot of people just sit up here telling you, "Oh, you're Indian." No, a lot of people not telling you that. A lot of our people gave up the right to be fucking Indians. Even that we still was saying we was Indians, we was like, "Yo, we core art space." Okay, because they even telling you right here. Now look, if they add the pressure for the removal increased, the Southeastern tribes became more determined to pursue their poverty and their land base in an effort to united front to the United States. The tribe gradually moved legal and political authority from the clan to local councils. It say a new tribal and national institution. The Cherokee, for instance, created a national police force to protect private property rights, formally abolished the practice of the clan blood revenge, and adapted the codified laws to deal with the economics and social issues. The Choctaw 1826 and the Cherokee in 1827 adapted written constitutions. The Cherokee Constitution mounted the American model to some extent. It created the Republican government comprised of three branches: a House legislation and a national judicial and executive. Principal chief people, the Cherokee also created the National Social and Construct and Cultural Institution. In 1821, a Cherokee named Sequoia created a syllabary that allowed his people to communicate in writing, excuse me, in language. They their own language. I say which Cherokees could quickly learn, enabled the Cherokee Nation to print books and religious material for its people. 1828, the nation began publishing a newspaper, the Cherokee Phoenix, that included text in both Cherokee and English. Its editor, Elias Boultonat. Okay, if y'all don't know Elias Boultonat, he was basically a politician. I mean, he was into politics and everything, and he also made that book A Star in the West. I believe it's A Star in the West, whatever, and it's a good book. All right, so if you don't know Elias Boultonat is, check him out though. He got that book A Star. I believe it's A Star in the West, and he talks about how we had to buy the stuff, man. It's a lot of stuff going on in that book, man. So you guys ain't never heard of it, check it out. Uh, it said it became an important voice. Hold up, my bad, y'all. Hold up. It said became an important voice in informing the Cherokee on the removal development affecting their nations. By 1835, a majority of Cherokee household had at least one individual who could read Cherokee language. In 1819, Georgia, which in 1802 had signed away its western territory in exchange for a promise from the United States that it would extinguish the Indian title in state, begun urging the federal government to fulfill its promise to remove Creek and Cherokee territories from its boundary. Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi quickly joined Georgia removal campaign and clear Southeast and Native American. The Creek, Chickasaw, and Cherokee all surrendered territories to placate the southern states. They also took measures to inhabit private cells of their lands. The Creek and Cherokee National Council adopted laws for the sale of tribal territory upon penalty of death. 1825, the Creek National Council executed William McIntyre, which we heard actually the brothers was talking about William McIntyre a couple weeks ago. Um, yeah, they was talking about William McIntyre's a couple. They were saying how they executed him. They say a prominent headman for signing a treaty in Indian Springs, 1825, which called for the removal of the Creek and sessions in most of their homelands. All right. So let me conclude this, and I'm gonna move on to the next part. All right. So pretty much, this is just telling you about here after the Cherokee announced ratification of their constitution and declaration themselves a sovereign nation in July 1827. The Georgia legislature intended extended the judicial of the state over their territory. Alabama, Tennessee, and Mississippi soon extended state jurisdiction over the Native American within their border. After Andrew Jackson was elected president in 1828, he told the tribes to submit the state jurisdiction or remove. See, look, to submit to state jurisdiction or remove. Okay, now how many of us fucking submitted to state jurisdiction? Now, look, I'm gonna tell you something, right? Now, as I'm starting to read this, right, I'm starting to see that a lot of people couldn't have been slaves. A lot of people basically just submitted. A lot of the people who were slaves was people who probably was captured by the other tribes that was warned, because you see Jackson, he had help with the Creeks and the Choctaw and a lot of these other tribes that basically helped them. So you had your own people fighting against you. And then that's the reason why a lot of the brothers and sisters moved into the Florida Keys, because they like, yo, these niggas selling us out. Could win this shit if they fight with us, but they sell us out. We ain't got no win. So listen to that one more time. After Andrew Jackson was elected president in 1828, he told the tribes to submit to state jurisdiction, subject matter jurisdiction. All right. To state jurisdiction means to submit to become a United States citizen or fucking remove. How many of us submitted to jurisdiction? How many of us do you think submitted to state jurisdiction? Everybody who did not go on a Trail of Tears. Okay? Everybody who did not go on a Trail of Tears. Now, three things I learned in here was key. We already know this is one of them: to submit to state jurisdiction or remove. The other ones was to basically rent some land out to build for farms and to work on your own land. And you see that a lot of myths, and now we're not doing that community. They saying that the most of the women was the farmers, or they was picking a lot of stuff. That's what I got from it. Because they basically used the word femininity, and they were saying like the men felt effeminate by doing that. All right. So, like I said, it's a lot to be learned through just reading a passage just like this upon what we already know. We can read between the lines and see. Now, this whole time we heard about Africans one time, okay? We only heard about Africans one time. Most of the times when we're reading this, we heard about other tribes. All right. So let's move on. All right? Let me see something. Where was I gonna go from here? Let me see something. All right, so let me see. All right, so boom. Here, so we're gonna deal with this. So this is pretty much the southeast right here. The southeast will start pretty much from right here, from Virginia or where Washington is at, and it will probably will go all the way out like right here. It will go circle around from Washington, I believe, to like Mississippi or Arkansas, Louisiana, and around Miami, all through here. Okay. Now, let me see. All right, let me just show y'all something real quick while we on this real quick. So these are many of the southeast cultural areas. All right. Now remember, southeast is right here. All right. So southeast is pretty much from this area right here, from probably the bottom of Pennsylvania all the way through here. All of this right here will be considered the southeast. And I'm gonna show you the map, and I'm gonna show you the so-called tribes that inhabit the area, as well as the northeast. This will be pretty much the northeast up here where I'm circling that right here, but the southeast is down this area right here. All right. So these are a lot of the tribes right here. I can't pronounce a lot of these tribes, y'all, so I'm not even going to try. So I'm just going to show you. See, look, southeast cultural areas. All right. They tell you Kapapasi, I can't pronounce that. Adai, I can't pronounce that. Akakasa, Alabama, Americana, Appalachia, Apicola. I ain't trying to pronounce this, so I can't get this shit tonight. All right, so y'all could pretty much see this. All right, so look, see this? It go all the way down right here. See, you had tribes called Cape Fear. See the Catawba, Cherokee. See most of these tribes right here. See, look, the Gitche, the Gullah. All these right here. So pretty much see all these tribes right here. Right here. So they go all the way down. So they go all the way down right here. So that's pretty much most of the tribes. All right, so let me just pull up the area real quick, the maps. Shout out to the brother Jaguar Omac and my brother AP. I tried to hit AP up. I don't know if you're in the chat. I can't see the chat right now. If you're in the chat, give me a call and I'll bring you in. All right, what up now? It's the Great Basil. Let me go now. That's the Southwest culture. Yeah, I passed it. Yeah, I passed it. And we're going to touch back on this when we get finished doing this series for this encyclopedia. Here we go. I bet. Southeast culture. All right. On top of it, just see the northeast culture. So this is the northeast culture. All right. So let me close it out a little bit. All right. So this is the northeast culture. This right here, all the way down right here. These are different tribes that's within this area right here. And if you see, look, pretty much just like I showed y'all. It's like area right here. So pretty much the northeast. I can't pronounce some of these, y'all. I ain't gonna bullshit y'all. I ain't even gonna try. But you see the tribes right here: the Ottawa, the Algonquin, the Pinnacock, the Massachusetts, the Wapanaki, the Narragansett, Montauk, the Manhattan, the Whippinger, the Mohegans, the Macan, the Mohawks, the Oneida, the Anagga, the Kayaga, the Seneca, the Sisquahannock, the Lenape, the Nacogdoches. And y'all, I know I'm pronouncing them wrong, so come on, y'all. Don't even. I already know how people be fucking sending me comments and putting stuff in the comment like, oh, you pronounce it like that? Oh, I'm trying. Okay, all right. So the Chickahominy, the Rappahannock, the Rappahannock, the Powhatans, of course. The Secaucus, the Tuscarora, Shawnee, the the Illinois, the Miami, the Kickapoo, the Mingo, the Neutral, the Erie, the Tobacco. They had a tribe called the Tobacco, the Huron, the Potawatomi, the Minno Minji, the Winnebago, the Sock, the Fox, the Moscana, whatever. All right, so I wanted to do this because I pretty much went over some states yesterday, and some of these names are mentioned in a lot of the states that I read off or whatever. So it's pretty much the Southeast right here. All right, so oh, I'm sorry, that's the Northeast. My bad, y'all. That's the Northeast. This is Southeast culture right here. All right, so the Southeast culture pretty much. Let's see where this would be from. All right, so this little, let's see where that little arch is at. So that's right here. See all this right here. See that right here where the little where Washington at, just like I told y'all. So you see where this will be Washington up here. All right, so all of this. Let me see something. So right here, all of this down here will be pretty much the Southeast coast. Let me see. Right here. All right, Louisiana right here, so I can remember that. So it goes all right. So it go all the way from right here, a little past Louisiana into like Texas. That's Texas right there. All right. So so this is the Sapani, the Manakan, the Tutelo, the Eno, the Wakan, the Sergi, the Katawa, the Tree, the Watery, the Wakama, the PD, the Santee, the Kusaba, the Makasuke, the Yamasi, the Gitchi, the Asachi, the Timaco, the Appalachie, the Tama, I can't pronounce that. The Chiaha, the Hitchahachi, whatever. The Muskogee, the Creek, the Alabama, the Napukchi, the Tuskegee. Look, the Tuskegee, the Tuskegee, the Kawasata, Cherokee, the Yuchi. All right, so this right here will be this all up in here. See, this all of this right here. Let me see something right here. So this little line right here. Let me see something. So that's this little line right here. So yeah, this would be where that's at. This is pretty much all. This is the Carolinas right here. Well, all Virginia is Carolina. So remember that. So all of this right here will be considered Virginia. All this shit was Virginia. All right. So it's Cherokee. So we got the Choctaw, the Chickasaw, the Tapasa, the Chuma, the Tanaska, whatever, the Ofo, the Ofi, the Yazo. Yo, a lot is no longer in existence. The Kado, the Badai, whatever, the Atakapa. Can't pronounce this, man. But y'all see Marty tribe, the Nachi, see the Pinnacle, Pinnacola, and they have a part. Florida has a I believe a state or a city called Pensacola or whatever. So y'all pretty much see a lot of tribes that was right there. And out of all these tribes, it ain't that many of these tribes still left. It ain't that many of these tribes. I think a lot of these tribes and pretty much went into the Cherokee, the Creek, the Chickasaw, The Yamasee, I guess, became the Creek. The Choctaw, you got the Choctaw, Cherokee, the Chickasaw, the Creek, and still got the Gitche Gullah or whatever. So, most of these tribes, we still got the Nazi because we showed you that last week. So a lot of these tribes still in existence. And remember, this is the area where most of our ancestors at. Most of our ancestors was in this area right here. Like I said, even in Northeast. All right. So right here, Detroit and Chicago region will be considered the Northeast so-called tribe. So all our people is from all this right here. All of this shit right here. This is where all our people was at right here. In this region right here. See this? All this region right here is where all our people was at. Now, when you start getting over here in this little area right here, it wasn't too many of our people, but you did have a lot of people. A lot of our people were in California in this area right here too. All right, as well as in Central America. All right. So, let's show a little bit of the culture. Matter of fact, you know what? Before I go there, let me see something real quick. I want to read a little bit of this real quick. All right, so this is pretty much the backup what we talked about before. I'm gonna read a little bit of this, then I'm gonna go on to the next part. All right. So it's a new trades, goods, representing another big change that European explorers and colonists brought to American Indians. Soon after meeting the European visitors, Indians became very interested in things that the colonists can provide. In a short time, the Indians began using new materials and products in their everyday lives. Native hunters were eager to trade prepared deer hide and other pelts for lengths of colored cloth. Metal tools such as axe, hoes, and knives became valuable to new resources. Soon, American Indian men put aside their bow and arrow for firearms. It's a powder and lead shots. It's a trade items like metal pots often were cut up and remade into new tools and weapons. The desire to get European goods changed ancient trading patterns. The traditions of simple hunting for food began to become less important than getting animal hides to trade. Soon, American Indians depended on European items for daily need. Colonial traders also bought rum, and this drink caused many problems for some of the tribes. New trade goods bought from across the Atlantic Ocean changed American Indian lives forever. A third big change connected to the new trade was slavery. European needed workers to build houses and clear fields. They soon realized that they could offer trade goods like tools and weapons to certain American Indian tribes, and they would bring them other Indians captured in tribal war. Okay, other Indians captured in tribal war. These captured Indians was bought and sold as slaves. They say you might think Africans brought to America were the only enslaved people. It is surprising to learn that before 1700s in Carolina, 1/4 of all enslaved people were American Indian men, women, and children before 1700. Now, we know it was way more than 1/4, all right? But check this out. Say before 1700s, the port city of Charleston shipped out many native slaves to work in the Caribbean. Okay, they always talk to you about Charleston, but they don't tell you that they were shipping people out through there to work in the Caribbean. Okay. It says, and to be sold in northern cities like Boston. So they also was trading so-called people. Now, what would happen if you was one of them poor individuals that was sent from the Carolina to Boston? You think you still remember what tribe you came from? Hmm? Do you think, or if you was one of them poor people who was shipped to the Caribbean, do you still remember what tribe you came from? Oh no, you don't. Okay, it says slavery led to warfare among tribes and meant and much hardship. Many tribes had to move to escape the slave trade, which destroyed some tribes completely. In time, the practice of enslaving native people ended, and however, it greatly affected American Indian of the South and Southwest. All right, but now they said South and Southwest, but we know it affected us the most. All right, now read a little bit more of this. All right, they say many big changes happened to the first Americans soon after Europeans met them, but Indian people survived disease. Look, they say, but Indian people survived disease, huge shifts in their culture, and even the destructive slave trade. North Carolina recognized eight proud and enduring tribes today. Okay, all right. So we already went over some of this, but you see, they say many big changes happened Americans soon after the Europeans met them. But Indian people survived these huge shift in their culture and even destruction. Okay? All right? Before we even go into culture, I want to touch on some more. Let me see. All right. Just another source for you guys. All right. All right, so it said the English colonists weren't the only ones to use the labor of enslaved indigenous people. Of course, the Spanish were almost totally dependent on Indian. Now, hold up. Now, look, if the Spanish was bringing Africans here, then why was they almost totally dependent on Indian labor? See, once you understand this, you see how they lie to us. And then you can't find none of these people on the damn census. You can't find not one Indian on the census. Not one. You can't find not one Indian on the damn census. And like I said, I can go to each different state and I can go to Carolina. I can go to Georgia. I can go to South Carolina, Virginia, Louisiana. I can go to all these states and show you that it was no Indians on none of them census until after the 1860s. So where are all these people who they enslaved that they enumerated? These people was being enumerated. You'll be a fool to think that they wasn't being enumerated. All right, one more time, y'all. It says the English colonists weren't the only ones to use the labor of enslaved indigenous people. Of course, the Spanish were almost totally dependent on the Indian labor in most of their colonies. Now here go your source, writes Alan Galloway. Okay, enslaved Native Americans became no, I'm sorry, excuse me, y'all. Enslaving Native Americans became one of the primary ways to expand the economy from the colonies in South Carolina and to the lesser extent of North Carolina, Virginia, and Louisiana. Now, look, it says from 1670 to 1720, more Indians were shipped out to Charleston in South Carolina than Africans were imported as slaves, like we've been telling you the whole time. All right. A was a major port for bringing in Africans, according to what he says. But we know that's all bullshit, y'all. We already know. All right. So right here it says, as the African slave trade took off in the late 1700s, the Native American slave trade where they say many remaining tribes have been pushed west. Now, look, if understand it, right? If you are a damn slave, how the hell you know what damn tribe you came from? Okay, so this is how you know that this is bullshit. They didn't allow you, so they could have had one Cherokee, one one Choctaw, or one of these other tribes from these numerous other places that I showed you or whatever, and they all mixed together and they all remember who they were. Come on, man. Just stop the foolishness, man. Stop the foolishness, okay? All right. So it says push down. It say as well as some Native Americans was intermarried with African Americans. Now remember, most of the people tell you, oh, they brought most of the Africans from West Indies. Well, it was Indians sent to the West Indies too. So, oh, because the Indians looked at one way and the Africans looked the other way. Why can't we find none of these Indians on the damn census? Because they're fucking lying. And then, like I said, I'm sorry about that. But they're effing lying, okay? And this is what I've been showing you. And this is how most of the southeast of tribes was decimated. This is the reason why you can't find most of the southeast tribes, and most of the people who basically claiming that they Indian today are $5 Indians and these fucking Mongoloids that was in Oklahoma. Meanwhile, the real Indians, such as the people who classified as African Americans, they don't even have they only knew what their grandmother told them that they was Indian. But for the most part, it's hard to connect yourself to a damn tribe. It's hard because of what I read in that last article dealing with what did Andrew Jackson say? Either submit to our jurisdiction or be removed. So if you didn't submit to their jurisdiction, if you submitted to their jurisdiction, you no longer could claim that you was Indian. That's the reason why they was putting Negro and colored on your damn birth certificate. Because they like, yo, you under our jurisdiction, so you're not an Indian. You're a Negro or you're a colored. This is what we're going to name you what we want to name you as. We ain't going to allow you to name yourself. We're going to name you what we want to name you. You see how that works? We're going to name you what we want to name. We ain't going to allow you to name yourself. We're going to name, oh, you're Indian? No, you're not, boy. You're a Negro. Matter of fact, you're colored. Oh, no, you're black. Oh, no, you're a Negro. Oh, now you're African American. You understand how that works? And then we so fucking naive and so devastated by these lies that was told to us that we lost in the sauce. We lost in the sauce, man. We lost, man, because of this, man. It said their children were often referred as colored, effectively erasing their Native American heritage. Enslavement of Native American thus came obscure. It say the modern DNA technology helped keep that story from being lost to the time. It say the history of the history of the enslavement of Native American continue to be a complicated, dark part of the American history, but it is one that deserves to continue to be researched and whatever with. All right. So this is the reason why I like to touch on this. While other people telling you that this ain't, man, this is very important. This is very important. Okay, it's very important. And the more articles we get, the more I'm going to touch on it. Because this is what happened to most of the Southeast Indians. Okay, most of us, where our people lived at, right here. This is most of your people was at. I mean, like I said, we was all around here. But for the most part, this is where most of your people was at modern day. Okay, all up and down here. Okay, all up and down here. And these are some of the tribes that was there during that time. Okay. And like I said, I can't really see right here. I have to put them next to each other to really show you what towns was each. In fact, you know what? Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Fuck it. I'm gonna pull up on my phone. Just give me a second, y'all. All right. Alright, so let me see. I'm still with y'all. Give me a second. Alright, so where you see right here, this is considered, like I said, Maryland. This area is Maryland. This area right here is Virginia. Okay, and remember, Virginia was basically all this. So all of this was Virginia. This would be Georgia right here, where you see the Yamasi and the Gitch, the Gullah right here. This is South Carolina right here. This is North Carolina. Now, let me see something. Right here will be like Tennessee. This will be Tennessee area where I'm circling that right here, which the Cherokees is at. And all of this is Tennessee too. Because Tennessee is actually big as hell right up in here. All right. Down here will be Alabama. And like I said, this is Georgia. And this would be Mississippi right here. All right. And this would be Arkansas and so on. All right. So like you said, all these tribes, this Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina. Now we never hear about none of these tribes right here. Sapani, never hear too much about them neither. All right, but this is like Maryland, Virginia area, or West Virginia right here. All of this right here. All right. So for the most part, and we know down here, see, we know down here is Florida. All right. Let me see something. All right, so yeah, I hope you guys learn something from this, man, because it's a lot, man. The two telling you this. All right. So this is Smithsonian Institute telling you from 1670 to 1720, more Indians were shipped out of Charleston, South Carolina than Africans were imported. Okay. Okay. All right. So pretty much shows you all of, how they was enslaving us on the Southeast right here. All right. So now let's get into some culture. All right. Enough of that. All right. So American Indian food. It's a little bit of this. Check this out. All right. So it say, what did you eat for dinner last night? Say that pretty easy to remember, right? It say, what about your dinner a year ago? It say, stump you on that one. No, it says stump you on that one. It say, I bet. It say, now think about trying to learn what native people in North Carolina ate thousands of years ago. Archaeology faced this challenge when they study the past. They're gonna unearth information about how people lived in the past. They say it's called archaeology. Archaeologists also, are the specialists who do this work. They dig in places where people have lived and worked. On these sites, archaeologists found physical evidence of homes, gardens, cooking pits. It say, and items left behind by earlier people. Archaeologists learned about the diet of American Indians who lived in North Carolina in several ways. It said when the native people prepared food and ate meals, they threw away the animal bones. Marine shells and other inedible food remained like eggshells and crab claws. Okay, crab claws. All right, who eat crabs? Like I said, niggas will fuck some damn crabs up with some Old Bay on it, all right? It say these items can survive in the ground for thousands of years. Other food evidence include seeds. Who eat seeds? Corn on the cob. Microscopic traces of plants such as pollen. Archaeologists found many of these types of food remains, they say, by studying them. They drew conclusions about what the first North Carolina ate. Now remember, North Carolina is Virginia, so we all in that. Check this, yo, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something, all right? If this ain't nigga food, I don't know what to tell you guys, okay? If this ain't what niggas eat, I don't know what to tell you. All right, now check this out. Let's go into this. All right. So it say, let me see something. Let me see something. Yeah, because this is kind of short. This wasn't a real long article neither. This was like had some sources in it, but this is not real long. All right. So it said, as an example, let's look. American Indians who lived 500 to 600 years ago in the eastern part of the state. These tribes included the Tuscarora, it say the Meherri, it say the Wakama, the Kori, Atawa. They say they were farming, living in small villages. In addition to growing corn, squash, beans, they hunted fish and gathered wild plants. Okay? What would be a wild plant, y'all? Wouldn't mustard greens be a wild plant? Wouldn't cabbage and what's the and greens, collard greens? Them are wild plants. Them wild plants, y'all. All right. It say animal bones found in cooking pits and trash dumps. It say they ate deer, bear, raccoon, opossum, rabbit, turkey and turtle. Now check this out, y'all. I know niggas who eat turtles. I know niggas who eat opossum. I know niggas who eat raccoons. Okay? Rabbits, turkeys. It say fish and shellfish, such as clams and oysters, formed an important part of these American Indian diets. Archaeologists made one unusual find on Slow County in 1995 while studying the burial site of a woman who lived around 600 years ago. They discovered walnut-shaped clumps and fishbone. They no, it say the muddle and pinfish bones they found were in the stomach had once been. You know where the stomach has once been. Sorry about that. It say there were remains from her last meal. Trace of plant found in cooking pots, the cooking pits included burnt corn cobs, kernel, acorn shells, and hickory nuts. Archaeologists also and hickory nuts. Okay, if you go down south, man, they be cooking like these nuts and shit. They be roasting these nuts, man. Like my father used to always eat like fucking peanuts, roasted peanuts and all that type of stuff, man. Like he loves some roasted peanut. Archaeologists found seeds and pollen from wild plants, maypop and garden plants, including pumpkin and beans. It's now we love to eat motherfucking lima beans, black eyed peas, shit, what's the other beans? Like not pork and beans, but yeah, they eat pork and beans, but what you call baked beans. They say other finds include objects used to get or prepare food. Native people use stones to weigh down the fish net made of woven plant fiber. They say they curved fish hooks from bones and made garden holes from stones. The ground corn and other plants into they ground corn and other plants into flour with making milling stones. American Indians left behind many kinds of evidence of their eating habits. Using their traces, archaeologists gains a better understanding of North Carolina native people meals and how they got them. All right, so just some more food for thought right here. Just some further information upon this, like what most of the Southeast, what most of our culture consisted of. Um, yeah, man. Like I said, I just wanted to definitely just bring some of this to light. I'm gonna dig up some more information on this, probably make a part two to it, show you guys some further information. But pretty much, man, that's pretty much what it is, man. Um, I don't know, man. What's going on, viewers? Guess everybody must be out. But for the most part, man, this is pretty much what it is. Um, Like I said, once again, it's the maps and everything that show. Um, yeah, I mean, pretty much that's what it is, y'all. You know, I try to keep it gaudy on the information as far as learning our culture. You know, all the legalese and laws and stuff like that. Like I said, you all that you can learn all that too, but you still need to know your culture. All right, if you're not, you know, you can do your ancestry, you can do all things, but the most remarkable thing is you need to at least claim what you are. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I always put down American Indian. I don't put down nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I've been putting that down for like the last 5 years. Any application or anything that I put, you know, I always put all rights reserved, wrap my name around it, and keep it moving. You understand? So, like I said, man, for the most part, y'all, you gotta really do your due diligence and find out exactly where your people was living at. Cause I showed you on this map right here. This is all places where we lived at, y'all. This is all places where we lived. Like I said, this is Maryland area. These are the Carolinas. This is Georgia. This is Tennessee right here, Alabama, etc. You know what I'm saying? These are all the different areas where our people lived at. All right. And like I said, most of these tribes are no longer existent. So, you know, pretty much the Cherokee basically took a lot of them tribes in or whatever though. But for the most part, you know, your people was living in any of these so-called territories, you know, you can link yourself back. But like I said, one of the most crucial things is that they basically reclassified you as color. Now they try to tell you, oh, the colored was descendants of people of Africans that mixed with the so-called native, but see, the mitigated fact is did not let you know that the people here resembled Africans already. That's what they don't want you to. That's what they don't want you to know. Either you resemble the African or you resemble the damn South Pacific Islander. Because I don't see no remnants, no Australians, so I'm not even going to go there. Even though we got a picture with a so-called American Indian on it, and they call them Australianoid. That don't mean that Australianoid means Southern, or it means something. It's pretty much of a destination. You know, it's not much of a people like they trying to make you think or whatever. But yeah, for the most part, like I said, man, you pretty much do your research. Most people know you know where your family from on both sides, mother side and your father's side, and then you split it up from there and you go from there. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you know, you claim who you are. You know, if you feel as though you can't find out who you are, then you got the right to basically self-identify, number one. And number two, like I said, you basically, you know, through your ancestry, you be able to tell what territory you was living on at that point in time. Like I said, I read to you the reason why a lot of people, why they don't pretty much let you why they don't recognize you as Indians, because you under their jurisdiction. A lot of people gave up to be under their jurisdiction, man. And I read that. I just read to you guys. This is a lot. So even if you wasn't enslaved, right? Which a lot of people tell you that they wasn't, but it was a lot of people enslaved here. There was a lot of people enslaved here, and there was a lot of people took into the Caribbean. All right, so to keep that in mind, along with the people who basically assimilated into this society. All right. But like I said, for the most part, man, look, man, I'm here to do the research. I'm here to show y'all this, man. You know, I hope y'all appreciate it, man. You know, you got my email if you guys like to reach out to me. Most of the time I answer my email. I haven't been able to really call a lot of people, but I saved all my email. Every email that you guys send me, I save all of them. All right, I put them all under save, and I go back and check them out from time to time. And like I said, I got a lot of numbers written down in my book right here. And like I said, as soon as I get time after this so-called holiday, I'm gonna start reaching out, getting contact with a lot of brothers and sisters that do reach out to me. All right, so you know, for the most part, constantly trying to do research, constantly trying to, you know, provide you guys with some of this information, man. Some of the stuff that people don't want to do. You know, I'm here trying to do for the brothers and sisters, man. So like I said, I hope you appreciate it. Definitely, if you can donate Culture Freedom, Hidden Cultures of America, documentary by Black Indians, people who classify as African Americans or whatever. Also, if you can go to T-shirt Spring, hit that like button, you know what I'm saying, on the way out. And definitely, man, appreciate the work that's being done out here, man. I don't come up here and just like, no disrespect to anybody who do just come up here and talk. I'm talking about the history, okay? I can talk about the law. I can tell you about what you can do to pretty much claim what you are, but them conversations is real short. That's one video. But we can constantly do videos about the culture, about the history, what was done. That's gonna always go on. You know what I'm saying? One video pretty much tell you, oh, well, how to do it, how to link yourself to these certain tribes, or how to link yourself to your cultural land, and how you can take it forward like that. But I just showed you a lot of people submitted and gave up jurisdiction. They gave up jurisdiction so they wouldn't be removed. And I just showed you that through time. That's what Andrew Jackson tried to do. And that's what the majority of these people tried to do. So with that being said, man, you know, love and light to everybody in the chat room. Let me see what's going on in the chat room real quick. Excuse me, my nose is stuffy as hell, man. I gotta get some of these eucalyptus. Okay, got 113 people in. That's good. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Everybody. Peace seeker of the truth. Always been here. Original Copper Empress. Holbert, peace. Miss Mohawk, peace. Deborah Powell, peace. Lasan Lawrence, peace. Tony, damn, y'all, peace. Walking Bear, peace. Shit moving fast tonight, y'all. My bad. I see my brother Chief Holiday, man. Chief, you want to come in for a minute, man? I'm gonna send you a link. I just sent you a link, Supreme Chief, if you come in. All right. Let me go back to the top, man, because this thing is moving very fast. All right, I seen Ryan Redbird, and he was one of the first brothers in. Peace to the brothers, DOT, peace. Miss Alita, 55484 Davis, peace. Deborah Power, Francisco, peace. LJ Free, peace. Irrational Kiss, peace. Oak Cliff Tiff, peace. Graham Millie, peace. People Seeker of the Truth, been here from day one. Queen Armanuis, Empress Ahayaka, peace. Brandon Brown, peace. Amy Dow, peace. And Bear, peace. Rena, I'm sorry, Rena, peace. What else we got up in here? Queen, I said David, peace. Nonetheless, man, you already know it's a crime scene, man. The archaeologist was telling you what they found in the crime scene, man. At least American, original American pieces. I think I got LJ Free, peace. Mr. Dark Brother, peace, my brother. Charlotte Shepherd, peace. Yo, the women wrong night, man. Peace, ladies. That's what's up. Let me see. That sound like Chief just came in. Ladies up in here strong, man. That's what's up, man. I appreciate y'all. Delt 3390 piece. Got Ghost. Where the hell is Killer White Supremacy and Coons at, man? I got Miss Mohawk, Deborah Power, Lasan, Lawrence, Ronald Rose, peace, my brother. I got Charlotte Shepard. Laney, email me so I can send you that shirt. Please, I definitely want to send it out to you. I got everybody. I think so. Brother Chief Holiday, Samuel, peace. One True God, peace. Yeah, pretty much, y'all. That's what's up, y'all. I appreciate the support, man. From the definitely from the ladies, man. You know, this ain't no damn He-Man woman haters club. Remember, it was a matriarch first. You know, I mean, the men got a big, you know what I'm saying? We got to definitely redeem ourselves, because a lot of the situations that the women is in is because a lot of the men, excuse me, a lot of the men weak. So we let our sisters down for the most part, you know what I'm saying? But we want to get this shit together. You know what I'm saying? So just know that I'm definitely riding with y'all 100%. And I definitely bust my gun for y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing but daughters, so I definitely got to do that. Chief Holiday, what up?
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Oh, you on the link? Let me take you off the what's name. I'm good, my brother. You know,
Man,
slow
happy
motion,
birthday,
man.
man. Happy Soul Day, man. I don't know if you told the people it's your birthday tonight. We're gonna
Yeah,
celebrate tonight.
yeah,
Yeah, we're
pretty
gonna turn up
much.
tonight for the Attentionist one. Shout out to the brother, man. And man, I just want to, man, personally, thank you, man, for all the hard work and man, everything that you do, man, and what you have brought to the game, man. I mean, it's just priceless, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, and we talk all the time, man, and we build a lot, man. So, and here's the thing, man. This is what a lot of times people don't understand, man. Men, we have egos and things like that, man. But if you really about the work, man, you'll humble yourself, man, and and work, man, to build something. Even work through your differences. That's how that works. And if you respect other dudes, you'll look into what they saying. And then you'll let your ego go to for the truth. So that's what
That's
we do
right.
here for the truth, man. And this is my brother,
Yeah,
man. And I'm gonna ride till the wheels fall off. They're gonna have to turn off YouTube, nigga.
yeah, that's right. And you know what though?
They're gonna have to
Honestly,
turn this shit
honestly,
off, nigga. It's over. No more
you know
YouTube.
what?
No more
You know
Google. It's
what,
over.
Chief? You know what? Real talk. I ain't in this shit to be beefing. I ain't in this shit to be mentioning nobody name other than my brothers who I met, who we all come together. You know, Medicine Man, you, brother Ghost, all of the brothers that come here. You know what I'm saying? Carimio, AP, Jaguar. You know what I'm saying? And Callaway, everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got time to be sitting up here creating all these waves and saying what people do and what people don't do. That's not my lane. That's not what I do. I'm up here trying to give you guys back your culture. If you can get through me cursing, if you can get through me mispronouncing words, then you're going to learn something. That's what I'm here for. I'm not up here just to be fucking beating nobody now. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I do. I'm trying to find different resource and information and put that information out there so you guys can definitely know that we've been had here in North America, y'all. I ain't got time to be mentioning nobody or having beef with nobody. If ain't nobody directly affect me, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't with nobody losing no money as a result to trying to really get some remedy in this thing. But for the most part, I'm in this to really be trying to help people, man. And like I said, whether or not I can help you through some of the words, I don't do ancestry on my own. You have people who do that type of stuff, so you know definitely seek that out. But I'm just telling you, if you got Negro, colored, on your on any of your family birth certificate, and they giving you a hard time by accepting you into one of these tribes. They got documentations out there telling you they clearly did to you, telling you that they clearly classify you as Negro color on damn purpose. So you could take that to court and sue somebody. But niggas ain't telling you that. Motherfuckers ain't telling you that. You ain't going, like I told you. A lot of them tribes, I just read to you that what did Andrew Jackson say? If you didn't fall under their jurisdiction, you had to leave. So it wasn't the fact that a lot of us were slaves. It was the fact that a lot of us submitted to being under their jurisdiction. A lot of us also submitted when we read? We read that a lot of people who had land, you gave your land up to basically farm and work on your own land. So, like I said, there's numerous lot of different factors. You know, either you could have been sold out by other tribes. You could have just said, "Well, damn, we ain't got no army because we can't even trust our own people because our own people trying to get these trinkets from these Europeans." Like, yo, what we gonna do to survive? Like, and then that's what it came to, and that's pretty much where we at today. And today, right now, in 2018, in December 21st, we under the same fucking situation, yo. You don't know who to trust. You can't trust some of your own people because you don't know if they're going to sell you. That's the same shit with this YouTube shit. It's the same thing with this YouTube shit. You don't know who to trust with this YouTube. And I'm just telling you, like I said, man, I'm here for the people. You know, I'm here for the people. I'm gonna constantly keep pushing this different literature, different reading materials out there, and letting you at least identify with the fact that we was enslaved here. We was we was sold out by our own people. That's my job. Along with some of the other cultural differences, with some of the archaeology work, some of the pyramids, some of the earlier tribes, etc. This is what I do. I'm not here to be talking like, you know what I'm saying, to be going back and forth with nobody over no bullshit. It's too much shit going on in the real world for me to be sitting here going back and forth with anybody within our so-called community. It's not even worth it. Yeah, I made videos about certain individuals. They had it coming to them. Because, I mean, like, you ain't going to keep poking me. I'm a bear. I'm going to bite back. You know what I'm saying? You're going to keep poking me. I'm going to bite back. Fuck all that. I bite back in real time, in real life, on the streets. I ain't let nobody play me. Prison, I ain't let nobody play me. No walks of life, I let anybody play me. So I'm damn sure not going to come on this YouTube platform and let people send their little shot or say what they got to say about me. I'm not with none of that shit. All right, I'm definitely not with none of that shit. I'm here. I'm humble. I'm your humble servant. I'm definitely here to serve the Aborigines. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no motherfucking sausage party. This is we definitely the women got a place. Always talking. You know what I'm saying? Always got an opportunity to come up here and say anything. You want to email me? You want to be part of the video? Just email me. I know a lot of time I'll be doing a lot of these videos. I just be jumping into them or whatever. You know, I do basically set some up ahead of time, but for the most part, I'm going with what I got. You know, if I reach out to the brothers, if the brothers can't come through, I'm going. I gotta go. I gotta get this information out. The ancestors is on my back telling me, yo, get this information out. Just like your boss telling you to put that shit in the computer or do your job, the ancestors is constantly on my back, like, yo, no, get up. Let's do this video. Let's get this information out. Let's go down here to these different facilities where you see your people at. Let's do some interviews with them. Let's reach out and send some emails to people letting you know that you want to interview them to put them in this documentary. Let's set up marketing techniques. I reached out to the people in Amazon. I reached out to the people in Netflix already. Asked them what qualifications do I need to get documentation or get documentary on your platform. So I already did all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I went to school. I went to school for business. I was a chef. I'm a nutritionist, and I'm a personal trainer. So I know how to market. I know how to reach out. I know how to do certain things in real time to get a lot of these things done. I can do it when I have the ability, when I really want, when I'm motivated to do it. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part,
Yo.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's your birthday, man. We're gonna be positive tonight. And I want to address just a little, little stuff that happened, unpleasantries that happened last night, that the family had to see, and I just say this, I humbly decline from further putting the split into the community. So I'm gonna bow out of beefing with anybody openly that call themselves Aborigines in the public. We could talk behind the scenes, we could do a lot of things, but yeah, I'm gonna decline on that because we got some moles in the community, right? So I would humbly say, okay, I can chill. I got more to offer than just beefing videos in the community. So I'm good, right? So I'm gonna walk that, and just try to keep my heart clean, man, and you know what I mean. So it's not no fucked up grievances out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, things can be handled, right? So I just want to say that. So for me, man, it's love for everybody, man, and behind the scenes for years, I've been trying to bring people together as opposed to separating because of our differences, right? So if we're supposed to be conscious, right, and we saying that we have wars going on in our streets with our community, right, with our people, and we need to start building, and we need peace to build, right? You know what I'm saying? So in order for us to say that we need, we want to promote peace in the real world, in the streets, we have to show that online. Yeah, see how this work? If I have a problem with my brother or cousin or somebody that, you know what I'm saying, whatever, we're not going to air our dirty laundry out on the thing. We can go fight in the backyard. We can move some furniture, you know what I'm saying? And we can just keep it pushing because there's too much distraction. And then I see that and now we can let people smooth come in and exploit our tribal differences that what we had. So leaders lead, man. And, I humbly decline. Okay. So y'all got that one. So I'm gonna just, I'm gonna focus on the building and the things I'm trying to do with my brothers, man. And yeah, I'm gonna move forward like that. Now, I'm gonna say this, man, listen, yo, I don't know everybody's history. Y'all know what I'm saying? A lot. If you got, we saw everybody got they close circle of people that they've been rocking with for a minute or whatever behind the scenes on the phone, so and so whatever. So y'all everybody know who rocks with who. So when people be making accusations about what people are doing and stuff like that, well, everybody don't know. I don't know Hemoc's history. I don't. And so I'm finding out stuff today or whatever from different people, whatever, right? So I'm not defending anybody's history. Y'all follow what I'm saying? I'm sure people have made mistakes, people or whatever. I'm not even defending none of that. So when it comes to Dane, when it comes to Chief Colinago, things of that nature, whatever, I've stated my opinion about stuff, and that's it. This is my opinion on it. If we got these type of agreements, I think these things can be handled in the background. And when it came to, if it's coming to just this Akasha character, right? And we talked about that. I don't know but for the show of hands, do anybody recognize this person as being a member, contributing member of this community, or should? And if not, then these are the people that are feeding this misinformation into the community, y'all. That's just facts. So that's not me scandaling or lying on nobody's name or nothing, because that's all niggas been scandaling and lying on me, lying on my name, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's fine.
It's also other
That's
niggas
fine,
that
right?
make videos too. You know what I mean? It's also niggas who
Right. I'm just gonna keep it real, y'all. Let's just keep it real. If these people are not in the community, but the lies and the deceit and things that said that's getting into the community and got us beefing, I think we got to stop that. I think things can be worked out behind the scenes. We don't have to slander each other, And then that's just that. And if you got a difference of opinion, I mean, when it comes to them disseminating this information, or how, you know what I'm saying, y'all dig what I'm saying, y'all follow me? If y'all do, you don't know the next person, you don't know what they got going on or whatever. Y'all follow me? So I'm not the type of person that's gonna. I just stay in my lane, so to speak. Y'all follow me? I just stay in my lane. I don't focus on the next man and how they moving, yo. I think that's so. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna gracefully bow out of any Aborigine beefs. on and off the thing, man. You know, I don't have a problem with anybody, man. You know, so you know, I don't. I don't know how this work, but I will defend myself, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't. Sometimes I just don't even go in chat room because I don't want to have to feel like I want to be a distraction from the person's message, what they got going on. Because I got to argue with people in the chat room. I'm cool. Bye. I'm good. I bow out. You got it. You're good. You got it. You beat me. So
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell
this
people
VPN some
too,
work.
right?
Huh?
I'm damn near 400 videos into this shit. So I ain't no newcomer. I ain't just coming to none of this stuff. I've been researching. I didn't listen to a lot of people, whether they was Moors, whether it was Jaffe, whether it was Curry Days, whether it fucking what's the brother named Hamak? I seen niggas, African Americans ain't African posting videos of Hamak. So like, don't get it fucked up to where people wasn't listening to his information, whether or not he was charging people $70 to be part of the NIP or whatever he was charging people. I seen people post videos of him in the United Nations talking about the Aborigines being shot up or whatever. So whether people understand that or whether they don't understand that, it's not up to me. I'm not nobody. I'm not nobody leader. I'm not no authority in this to be telling, oh, well, who's doing this, or judge everybody like I'm some perfect individual and saying, well, like my shit don't stink or my shit never stink or nothing like that. Look, I stand squarely on mine, okay? I walk around, I live in a very thorough neighborhood, very thorough city. You know what I'm saying? I walks around the streets and stay alive. And we'll continue to do the same thing here on this YouTube platform among other people. You know, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I've been a warrior for you guys. Whether now I'm going on side of the TV, I'm being crossed up by fucking these so-called Indians. It's also good to build with people, to let people know, nah, we're not falling for that. You're not gonna keep making videos saying what we not, okay? It's good because you know what? Say individuals, they be the same one doing that. They be the same one standing up. They be the same one standing up for the community too. But then you know, certain people don't want you to do that. Oh, don't stand up. Nah, fuck that. Listen. I'm 16,000 subscribers, and it ain't got nothing to do with no numbers. But obviously, my work speaks for itself. Okay, so I've been into this for a long time. I stand on my own, whether or not I got people coming in with me or I got people not coming in with me. So for the most part, like I said, look, man, I love everybody in this community. You know, see me and the brother Dog, man, I ain't no problem with him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with nobody else. I'm in this for the information. Other than if I'm supporting somebody, if I'm giving somebody some feed on the super chat, that's theirs, man. I'm not sitting up there holding nobody accountable for something, a donation that I get. Like I said, listen, you can hold me accountable for the donations as far as this documentary, but as far as people coming in, giving people super chats and doing all this, or sending people certain information, like, yeah, if you pay for material or somebody promised you something and you didn't properly get compensated or whatever, then though. But understand this too, a lot of these things be very small misunderstandings, man, and it don't be a lot of things that's done on purpose, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, people blow a lot of stuff out of proportion. Oh, you trying to, you know, like, I'm not for that. I'm not no authority in this to be pointing finger like, oh, he did that. I'm not with that shit. I'm not with that. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna tell you like listen. I'm gonna tell y'all Aborigine straight up. Okay, look. What you need to do is just classify yourself as an Indian or as Aborigine or as whatever tribe you are. Don't become federally recognized, because once you federally recognize the tribe, I mean, they are in your ass. Now, if you want to claim that you're an Indian, take it to start fighting to the point where you want to start doing, start filing legal legislation for the fact that you don't feel as though you be paying taxes or you shouldn't be paying taxes or any of these other perks. But you don't have to be federally recognized. Damn sure the first thing you need to do is classify and let these people know who you are. Okay, I don't know who out here charging for information or who's not charging for information. My videos is free. Okay, all I ask people to do is support the documentary, because this documentary going to get out whether people support it or whether they don't support it. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I ask people. I put up a affidavit, showed you whether or not people feel as though that's sufficient. The affidavit stand truth and law into is rebutted. So if you send that same affidavit along with your authenticated birth certificate or whatever, then that's your paperwork of who you are. You make the declaration of who you are. You clearing something up to something that wasn't clear in the past. That's the reason why people able to basically classify you as Negro, black, color, African American, because you never told them you wasn't that. You never made no corrections to nothing. You never sent no paperwork to the provost marshals, to the U.S. Marshals, the Homeland Security. People scared to do that type of shit. Not me. I didn't did it. I got letters from them saying, oh, no problem. If you need anything, just contact this person. Or they working with me. They ain't got no problem. They got no problem with helping me. They have no problem with helping me. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, listen, there's only one way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not motherfucker come knocking on my door, I'm gonna walk right to them, talk to them, be kind to them, offer them some damn cookies, some motherfucking some juice. You want some lemonade, some iced tea, or something, have a seat. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be scared to claim who I am. I'm not gonna be scared, because that at the end of the day, that's the least I can do. That's what I'm doing this for. I'm not doing this to be in no YouTube feeds. I'm not doing this for no YouTube video. I'm going to go correct the damage that was done to me. You damaged, like these people created an injury for you. They injured you. They injured you by classifying you Negro and colored. So there's a remedy or redress of grievances for that injury. And that redress of grievances is first, let them know who the fuck you are. Then secondly, start filing paperwork and let these people know, well, since you did this, this is what you owe me. All right, this is what you owe me. And like I said, I put up an affidavit. You take the affidavit, you finagle it, you do some research, and you study it. All right, and you pretty much, I give you a template, you can go from there. That ain't just the end all be all. You got other documents that you have to file with that, and other documents that you need to go correct. Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with no paperwork, but guess what? The paperwork is what they got you classified as. And until you go back and tell them, at least rebut it. You're not going to put my name, fucking Samuel Jackson, on no paperwork if that's not my name. You understand what I'm saying? If that's not, if it's not Ahanu or whatever other attributes that I go by, if it's not that on the paperwork that I basically submitted to, you're not just going to tell me who the hell I am. The same way in the real time, you don't let people call you out your name. You don't let people tell you who you not. So for the most part, like I said, man, I've been doing this for years. And whether people rock with them or I can care less, man, because most of these people, like I said, they got a lot of information. A lot of these remedies they got from Moors. Either they got them from Moors or they got them from these white sovereign citizens. So I'd rather get some of this stuff from the Moors than fuck with some of these white sovereign citizens. There's only two. Ain't no Aborigines telling you about a lot of this stuff. So either you got it from the Moors or you got it from the white sovereign citizens. You pick your motherfucking choice. For a long time. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been sending legalese. I'm not making appearances. I've been making special appearances. I've been asking the judge to recluse itself from the. I've been doing all this shit for a long time, y'all. And I just talk about a lot of the legal aspects of it because, you know, I'm just a humble servant that's just here to provide a lot of historical and a lot of other remedies to you that you should be doing on an everyday basis. You go back to my earlier video, I tell you that we pretty much don't have a lot of time to be doing the 1-2 and doing a lot of the bullshit because you got to go back and track family members. You got to go back and track and start making corrections to the damage that was done to us. We already in 2018. This shit is almost 100 years ago that they did what they did to. I mean, it's over 100 years, but remember in the 1910s, 1910 to 1925 is when these effects started taking place, when they started classifying you as Negro and color. Now you figure from 1989, from you being African American, that is believe 1989, 2009, that's 20. This almost 30 years that they then got you classified as a damn African. Okay, so like I said, you go back and you reclaim what's yours. You go back and you stand on your square. You know what I'm saying? You got you can basically file a lot of these civil suits, lawsuits, or whatever you want to do. But it has to start with you knowing who you are first. You know what I'm saying? Unless one of your family members is a damn chief, a Indian chief, a real Indian chief or whatever, you gonna pretty much have to either be adopted by one of these tribes or go back and ask your family what tribe they came from and start claiming that tribe. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of different remedies that have to take place before you could do anything. So that's what I'm here for. And the history is what's going to wake you up. I ain't here to be, to keep on going back and forth with anybody or keep on making it seem like I'm the head nigga in charge. I ain't nobody. I'm just a spoke on the wheel. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a spoke on this wheel of Aborigines that's trying to get remedies for people who classified as African American, Negro, Black, and colored. So, for the most part, that's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? So, I said, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed the little presentation. This is what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of guests I'm going to be bringing on sooner or later when I can get in contact with them. You know what I'm saying? Until I get in contact with them, I still got to, the show must go on. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, Chief, what's up, man? I don't know what Chief dropped out though, but yeah, man. Like I said, man, I ain't no troublemaker. I just want people to be easy, be kind. You know what I'm saying? You know, no, I rocks with a little bit of everybody in this so-called, I don't want to call it a community or whatever, but whatever it's supposed to be, I rocks with a little bit of everybody. You know what I'm saying? I respect everybody content. I respect every individual as an individual. And pretty much that's what it is, man. I ain't got no hatred, no malice in my heart for anybody. I'm glad people doing what they doing, but just leave me out of it, man. I don't want no problems. Like, don't send shots at me about my research that I do or what I do, because I'm not under nobody fucking jurisdiction. You know what I'm saying? I ain't nobody's Robin. I'm the fucking Batman. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't rocking with nobody. Don't tell me what I can't do or what I shouldn't be doing or because I'm gonna continue to do me. I'm gonna continue to keep supporting, keep standing up for these. And like I said, I was on whether or not people respect it or not. You know what I'm saying? So none of them, they may throw their little shots about us not being Aborigines. I was calling it on regular, and it wasn't to sit on his stinking ass couch. It was pretty much to just stand up for us as a fucking community, because what nobody else standing up for us. So you know what I'm saying? Hopefully this appreciated, and it's not taken in the wrong place. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not no attention or never been. You know what I'm saying? Always shied away from the limelight. Just wanted to get my point or get my so-called you know what I'm saying, my information that I got out there heard. You know what I'm saying? I think that I've been doing a decent job. I might not got an A+. I might be B-B, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying, I'm continuing to do it. 2.5 years later on this platform, and almost 16,000 subscribers, well, over 16,000 subscribers. And so, like I said, I appreciate everybody that come through, everybody that support, thus far, everybody that sent support, sent donations. Man, you know what? I seen AP hit me. Hold on, let me see something. You at AP? Yeah, for the most part, man, I respect everybody. Everybody that come through. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that support or whatever. Like I said, I ain't in this for to be getting no money from nobody. I ain't in this to be charging nobody for nothing. But for the most part, you know, some of this stuff takes. I mean, it costs, man. It costs to do. It costs to get these documentaries out. And like I said, it's for the people. It's FUBU, for us, by us. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, like I said, man, I'm about to close this one out because I'm getting tired, man. But let me see who's in the link before I get up out there again. GW3 Extreme, what's up, my brother? I've been watching your videos, man. I've been watching his videos for a minute, man. Peace, my brother. Hey, Cooper, peace. They go kill a white supremacy in Coon. Where the hell you was at, man? Peace, my brother. Um, let me see. Let me send Pierre link real quick before we get up out of here. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, there's a lot of fuck people that's in just within all these communities. Whether it's the Aborigine community, it's these so-called conscious platform or whatever. There's a lot of individuals that's out here that's not pure heart or whatever. A lot of savages, a lot of psychopaths. Just stay clear from them. Be a good judge of character, and you judge people by the content of what they put out there. Y'all know a snake when y'all see one. So keep the grass cut so you can see them moving. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these individuals, a lot of these slimy reptilian individuals out here that be feeding off of energy, be doing all this other shit, constantly making videos about people, constantly, doing foul stuff or whatever. Stay away from them. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit is not in your best interest. Definitely, it's not in your best interest to be around a lot of these greasy people. You know what I'm saying? It's really not, yo. Um, that's why I say you hear me constantly starting trouble or trying to beef with people or trying to cause trouble or trying to always cause mischief and be deceitful. Stay away from me too, man. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from people who basically don't have your best interests at hand, because in real life situations, it's gonna cost you. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like I said, listen, you do your research. You got ancestors. I mean, if you got people that's living that's over 90, they can give you some quality information. You need to start taking that information and start applying it, start making these corrections and sending them into these so-called government administrations or whatever, and letting them know who you are. And if you do want to be connected to a tribe, find one of these individual black tribes, man. These people that's coming up that's not federally recognized, that's based, that's trying to be on their own. You know what I'm saying? Hook up with one of them and see if they will adopt you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be part of none. You ain't like I'm Cherokee. Like I said, I got Cherokee, I got Yamasee in me, I got a little Seminole. I ain't trying to hook up with. You got two different bands of Cherokee from what I see. I think it might be more. I think it might be like 3 or 4, but the main two, you got the Mongoloid ones, and you got black Cherokees or whatever that's not federally recognized. It's so funny that most of these tribes that's federally recognized are these Europeans. But like I said, even at the end of the day, you don't really want to be fed, because these people you are under their jurisdiction. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna sue them for something for damage that was done, sue them. Don't take no permanent payments from these motherfuckers to where you gotta be under the jurisdiction. Now I'm suing you for the injury that you did to me. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it's being an African American is basically being injured by being an African American, by being black, Negro, or colored. police running down on you, shooting you, killing you, being disrespected, can't get a job. It's a lot of things that take place when we under that so-called classification. Not saying it's the worst thing, because you do got thriving people who are able to basically, you know what I'm saying, maneuver under that classification. But a lot of us can't, man. A lot of us, you know what I'm saying, a lot of us it doesn't fit well with us, because we know that that's a classification that we shouldn't be under. So, you know, with that being said, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, yo. I got some more videos and I'm gonna be dropping within the next couple of days. Um, hey man, thank you everybody for coming through, yo. Once again, it's your boy the Thompson. This one has been the South and Northeast Aborigine cultures. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. So with that being said, I'm out of here. Peace.